This segment focuses on the structure of the nail. I'm going to apologize for the glare from the board, but no matter where I put it, it's going to be there. So I tried to get it in a section that there was no writing so you wouldn't get too confused. So as we talk about the structure of the nail, there are three parts to a nail: the nail root, the plate or body, and the free edge. The matrix is not part of the nail. It's actually part of the nail bed, but it's what manufactures the nail, and the root lies in contact with it, but it's not part of it. So it's just sitting on top of it. So the nail root is what has its nourishment. So on a question for the state board, they might ask you, one of these is the living part of the nail. The answer is going to be the nail root, because that's part of the nail. If they ask you for the structure that manufactures the nail or that supplies blood to the nail, the answer then is going to be your matrix. When we're looking at the structure of our nail, the free edge, the nail plate or body, and the lanula, sometimes a client, especially if you're doing artificial nails, they're going to ask you, how fast is my nail going to grow? How often do I need to come in for a fill? If you look at the size of the lanula, that's going to give you a clue as to how fast their nails are actually going to grow. And if you check your own lanula, you're going to find that there are various sizes. Some you have more lanula than others, so that nail will grow faster than the other. And the reason that it grows faster is because the lanula is not attached to the nail bed. It's an airspace in there, and it allows for the movement of the nail to go forward. So the larger moon I have, the easier it is to push that nail forward, the faster my nail is going to grow. So that's going to be kind of a clue. Same thing holds true with the hair. The hair doesn't grow at the same rate all over your head. It grows faster in some areas and slower in others. So your nail plates are not going to grow out at the same rate. But you can check your client's lanula and kind of give her an idea of how fast her nails are going to grow. When you're getting ready for your state board exam, the state board likes questions that confuse you or that appear to confuse you. So if I'm looking at diagram number 1 over here, the distal flanks, it's a side view of a finger, and then there's 3. I have a proximal, where the bone is attached to my hand. I have the one in the middle that's called the medial flanks, and then I have the distal flanks. And the question they like to ask you is, the nail plate is located over which bone? So even though it's a manicure question, it's an anatomy question, so I've covered 2 subjects with 1 question. The board likes that. On the other hand, when you look at the Perry words, I put them all together because they all look alike, and when you have words that all look alike, they have a tendency to intimidate you, and maybe you're going, I can't remember this, my brain just doesn't want to learn this. But the word Perry just means to go around. So if you can remember your math, you took the perimeter of a square, okay? So Perry means going around, and onyc means nail. So peri onychium, the tissue that surrounds the nail. When you look at B, os is the medical term for bone, as in osteoporosis. So when you see periosteum, you have the tissue that surrounds the bone. When you see cranium, you have the pericranium, that's the tissue that surrounds the cranial bones. And you have pericardium, cardiac for heart, so you have the tissue that surrounds the heart. Now I've covered 4 anatomy subjects, 1 question. And it's still a manicuring question, but now I can see that you understand the concept, and those are the type of questions that the state board really likes to give you. So when you're looking at nail structure is important. Which one is the living part? The proximal, medial, and distal flanks, and your Perry words. And when you get those squared away in your mind, then you can kind of compact the parts of a nail that are kind of important to you.